She's hydrating, she's brightening, but I'm still at a loss of words and I really don't know what to say. Alright you guys, before we get started, if you're new here, I'm Kristi. I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button and click that post notification bell. We're here every Friday and Sunday, and I'd love for you to join our beautiful glam fam. And please give this video a huge thumbs up if you like the video, when you hit the like button and when you comment below. It really does help my videos out. And when I'm not on YouTube, be sure to follow me at Kristi Allure on Instagram, on TikTok, Kristi Allure, and on my blog, KristiAllure.com. And you can check out my merch, GlamorousLifeCollections.com. You guys, I have some really cute stuff I just designed. You have to go and check out my store. I have like glam Barbie t-shirts, I have blondie t-shirts if you're a blonde like me, just some fun stuff. So be sure to go check that out. I have slides, I have kids apparel now. Oh, it's growing and I'm so excited, you guys, to keep building my merch store. So if you can please check that out, it really does help support my channel. And anything I talk about today will be below in the description box. As always, when you purchase anything through my affiliate links, it really does support me. So thank you so much, you guys. All right, so I had some requests to do this Saie concealer and I wanted to do just a dedicated video towards it. So I'm filming another eyeshadow look right after this. So I thought this would be a good time to kind of test it out, do a wear test, see how it wears on my mature skin, and just see if we like it. So let's just jump into the details. This does come in 9 shades. This is where I felt like it was kind of missing something, you guys. Like the shades were very all over the place. But in the company's defense, I think what they really wanted to do with this is it's more of like a highlighting and brightening type concealer versus like a full coverage concealer. And it does say light coverage. And some people just don't like a lot of coverage. You can see from the up close shots, it is a really beautiful packaging. This is recyclable packaging, by the way. One thing I did notice when I was swatching it, and I'll show you the swatch right there of HB2. HB1 was sold out. I was gonna buy both, but that was sold out. So I at least got my hands on HB2. And this is for like light, medium skin tones. I did notice that it was kind of dry. So I think I may have gotten a faulty one, you guys. I don't think this is a good one. It feels a little dry. And I know that the formula, just by the ingredients, is, because I haven't tried it on my under eyes yet, but it's supposed to be more moisturizing. So I think it's just a bad one, unfortunately. And HB1 was sold out, so I'm like, ah, bummer, I can't. Now they're both sold out on Sephora, so I'm just gonna have to kind of live with this right now until I can get it exchanged. And I think right now it's only online, so I'll have to kind of read into that more and figure out when it's going to be available in stores, because at my Sephora there are Saie products in store. It's a smaller kiosk type section in Sephora, but it's available there. So the 9 shades were, you know, a little lackluster, but from what I've heard, they're supposed to come out with more shades. For my girls that like full coverage glam looks, they like a lot of concealer to cover up, this girl right here, this is not going to be your kind of concealer to use during those looks. Now, for my girls out there that like that glam look, but like a brightening effect, this will be a great product to add underneath. So I think when this number 1, which is more of like a pink undertone, comes back, I am going to probably exchange that for this one, because I don't see myself using, well, we'll see. I don't really see myself using it as of right now as a full coverage concealer. So I would use it underneath my concealer, which I would want more of a brightening effect, which means pink would be the best undertone to do that with. So instead of using like, for example, I just bought the Becca under eye corrector because I wanted to see the hype on it, and I wanted to see, because I tried it years ago and I did like it, but I just didn't have enough dark circles and it dried out. I don't know, you guys, but I just felt like it separated my concealer a little bit. I wasn't that happy with it. I liked my Charlotte Tilbury one. I always use a lot more. And I have been playing with this REM Beauty from Ariana Grande, and this is like their under eye gel cooler. I'll put the name right there. I'm not quite sure what the name is, but This little bad boy is really good, you guys. This is really good for my mature skin ladies. And you can see how I'm putting it on. It's just a very cooling effect. It reminds me of Becca used to have one, and it was very cooling. It was really nice for depuffing. I don't know if this one's gonna depuff as much, but it is extremely cooling and not a bad price point. I think it's $22. So it is pretty tiny though. You don't get a whole lot in there, but a little goes a long way. So we're just gonna keep playing with that through the months and see if we like it. And then I did use my Smashbox Brightening Photo Finish, Under Eye Primer. So you guys know this is like my holy grail when it comes to testing out concealers, because I feel like it really does give me the best effect. It works with all my concealers. So if it doesn't work with this one, then we're in trouble. So I do have that on, and then I have my Il Maquillage. You guys should check out that video. My skin has never looked more flawless with this particular foundation. It just gives you that Instagram filter. It is insanely beautiful, but that's not what we're talking about today. So we are gonna jump into just kind of the details really quick, and then we'll get into the application. So this runs $26. It's 6 mils, 0.2 ounces, you guys. So it's a little expensive, $4.33 per mil. Again, this comes in 9 shades. I did go with 2, which is light medium skin tones with golden undertones. Vegan, clean, again, recyclable packaging, so it has that Planet Positive. It's hydrating, it's formulated without silicones. It's a lightweight, ultra hydrating concealer that visibly brightens, blurs, and smooths skin to create an all-over radiant finish. The Hydrabeam's whipped gel texture melts right into the skin, a true skincare and makeup hybrid. It's powered by active ingredients that offer immediate and long-term benefits to the skin. Each sheer light reflecting shade is flexible, covers the perfect amount, and keeps your skin looking dewy and fresh. This Hydrabeam concealer is infused with olive-derived squalene and plant-derived glycerin, mega hydrators that lock in moisture and leave skin quenched and glowing. And yes, it is. Tomato extract, an anti-inflammatory extract that visibly brightens, plumps, and evens skin tone. Cucumber extract, which soothes with ascorbic and lactic acids and protects with antioxidants. All right, let's dive into this application. So this doe foot applicator is just a standard one, very thin. You can see what it looks like up close. It's just maybe not picking up enough product, and that might be the issue. By the way, this is one of those ones where it does kind of go like, you know, it stays. It's not gonna fall out, which I do appreciate. I do like the packaging on it. It is really pretty. So we're gonna go with my Charlotte Tilbury in medium 2 color corrector, again, only on the right side. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and just kind of start filling in this area is where I get dark. I'm not gonna do it all over, just like right there. And we're just gonna see if that helps, if it plays well with it. And I just kind of rub it in. I don't do anything too fancy with it. And then whatever's left over, I just kind of tap it in there. I just feel like this one just melts into the skin. Charlotte Tilbury just knows what she's doing. I cannot wait to try her cream bronzer. I'm on the wait list for when it launches, you guys, and I cannot wait to receive it. Oh my gosh, you guys already know her airbrush bronzer powder is my like holy grail bronzer. So we'll do this side first. Again, no color corrector on the left side. Yeah, that's weird. It just doesn't feel like anything's coming off. We're just gonna start off small. We'll do it right here as we always do. We'll just do one part of the face first. I'm gonna let that dry down a little bit because it is more of a whipped texture, like a light texture. So because I'm using this as a concealer today, I wanna try to get the most out of it that I can. So typically that's where we need the most coverage, is on the inside. Just weird, I don't know what it is about it. It's a little strange, like the applicator. So Edie, our beautiful glam sister, wanted me to try this out, by the way. That was who recommended doing this video, and she wanted me to pick up the rose one, the rose ink one, but unfortunately that one has like coconut oil, like 2 coconut oil ingredients in there, and one being like the first ingredient, which is the most comedogenic out of the caprylic triglyceride. I don't know, recently I've just been diving into a lot of coconut oils, just trying to really narrow down what's good, what's not. There's arguments on both sides, but for me it's just better to stay away from it. But that was like I think the 6th ingredient in that one, whereas the first ingredient was that C9 something 13 alkaline, and that is, you can look it up, and it's highly comedogenic, so that one's definitely a no-go for me. So I am going to use it with my tried and true Milk makeup and Sephora collection that's no longer available concealer, but this is just my favorite concealer brush. We're gonna just try it with the brush on this side, and then we'll do the sponge on that side and see which one we like more. I just know I can't, ooh, that's pretty. I just know I can't go wrong. So that still gives me a brightening effect, even this color. But if you are lighter than me, definitely go with the 1, don't go with the 2. That will be too dark for you. That is beautiful. It is really pretty. So this would be like something I would love to throw on a natural day. So we'll go in with my dose of colors, the sponge. So you do pull off some coverage using the sponge, which I figured would happen. It's typical, it's not anything mind-blowing. The only time I recommend, if you want coverage in using a sponge, is using a really thick, full coverage, like a Tarte concealer. Tarte Shape Tape would be the only one I would recommend doing a sponge with. Otherwise, nowadays with concealers being a lot thinner, I would definitely stick to a brush. Yeah, that's just plain. I don't have anything extra, I'm just using what's left over. So I'm gonna build that up a little bit more because I lost a little pigment there, and just build it up just a little bit right there. We won't do too much, just a little bit. Okay, I do feel like letting it dry down. Let it dry down, because I just went in there and did that, and I felt like it kind of moved it around too much. So letting it set on there for a minute or two is much better if you want the coverage, and for it not to, see now it looks separated. So now we're gonna do the sponge, and that's okay, because you can always just blot that out. Putting a little bit on my eye. We're gonna do an eyeshadow look on a different video. So that's drying down, that's much better. Just gonna press whatever's left over on that because I don't want to add more. Yeah, much better. Okay, so that's the key to this one. You need to let it dry down a little bit. If you are like me and you want that coverage. If you don't want the coverage, you just want a little bit of brightening, that is really beautiful. My skin looks very luminous and fresh. This is like good for every day. Like just throw on a little bit of powder if you're a powder girl like me and go out the door. This is beautiful. I like that, you guys. It's really pretty. All right, let's go in with some Saie bronzer. All right, let's just kind of just do it right here. We're just gonna kind of cut as like a contour almost, and then I'll bring it up. But do you see how pretty it is? I love this bronzer. And then just taking my sponge that already has my foundation, you know, on there that I already kind of patted in, and just going over the edges just to make sure that everything is blended in. But do you see how healthy that looks? Wow. It just is very glowy. It's very brightening and very super hydrating. It is beautiful. I have to say that. It is really beautiful. I am probably gonna go as far to say, okay, so it's maybe a little different. So the Dior Backstage one, you can check out that video. I really loved that one, but the fragrance ended up bothering me a little bit in that one. But that one has more coverage. So if you like fragrance, I think that's a really good one too. If you like the brightening and the coverage, I think that one's better. If you like something that you're looking for just to lie under some of your matte, you know, more, if you're like me and you're like full glam, I would use this one more underneath my concealer, just to kind of use less of my one size and use this underneath. I think that's gonna be my new technique with this one. But it is really pretty, and I do wanna see how it wears today without the one size over it. I tried to set my under eyes the other day with a brush and something other than a velour puff that I always use, and I cannot stand it now. If you ever had issues with setting your under eye, invest in some type of puff. These are my favorite, the Makeup Forever ones or the Forever Puff, but I like this one even better. It's just, there's something magical about this one for the under eye, and you guys know I like the puff for setting the rest of my face, so we'll leave that out. I just love this. It's just the most incredible incredible puff. You can only buy these on Makeup Forever site, but they always run extremely good sales, you guys, so I actually recommend doing that. And they also, just trying to make sure I have no creasing, and they also have it, you know, pretty good shipping and stuff like that, so I would recommend doing that. Real quick, I did want to try something really fast because of the tomato extract, or not tomato extract, I'm sorry, because of the cucumber and the soothing benefits of this, I kind of want to see what it would do for the laugh lines. So I think that's where #1, I think I am gonna get #1, you guys. I think that's where it's gonna be pretty darn amazing. We'll try it on the forehead too. So I am 44 if you're new to my channel. I've never had Botox, fillers, anything done to my face. So I do have fine lines. So I'd like to see how this wears on my skin. We are gonna use my Tarte Cosmetics brush and we'll let that dry down just a bit and I'll start setting my under eye. Let me just go in there again. Sometimes if you don't wanna pull away coverage, you wanna just leave that coverage in there. It is probably better to get out any creasing with a brush than it is with a sponge, because the sponge will pull away. So again, 2R one size powder. You guys already know how I am. I'm not gonna do a lot, but I am gonna do a little bit. Oh, that's weird. This never happened before. It's oxidizing the powder to a pink powder. Ooh, that's weird. That has never happened to me before. Wow, that's weird. I mean, it's not terrible, but that is weird. Okay, that's really weird. Let's try my 2N. So this is 2N and see if that does anything on that side. Ooh, that's so weird. I've never seen that happen before. Okay, oh wait, hold on, I forgot to do let me do this real quick. So it's picking up the rosy tones of the powder, which on all the concealers I have tried, and you guys know I try a lot of concealers on my channel, that has never happened. I use the same powder, same routine. That is strange. That oxidized into something very different. Don't know how to feel about that. All right, here's 2N. That is so strange, you guys. I've never seen that happen before. So, I don't know, you guys. I don't know how I feel. We're just gonna kind of see how it wears the rest of the day. I'm gonna go film another video. I have some new NARS products I want to try, or not new, but just new to me products I want to try out, do a summer bronzed look. So we're gonna do that off camera. It'll be about 4 or 5 hours by the time I get back here. I will do an outdoor footage just so you guys can see what this looks like outside, and we'll just kind of wrap it up there. So not a really super long wear test today, but at least we're getting one in. So I will see you guys in a little bit. All right, you guys, I wanted to check in. It's been about 4 hours and I filmed a video, this eyelash tutorial, and did some other stuff. Wanted to show you guys what it looks like outdoors on my iPhone, just so it gives you guys an idea of what it looks like in natural daylight. Again, this is HB2. We'll talk about at the end of the video where my thoughts are and just kind of how the whole oxidization thing, but at least it looks good outside, so that's a good sign. And I don't see it like seeping into my fine lines. I didn't use another concealer on top of it. I used this as my concealer, so that's pretty darn good. I have to say that. So I will see you guys later on. I am still, like I said in the intro, at a loss of words because I really don't know what to say about this product. I don't know what to think. I'm still need to like kind of digest it a little bit. I think where this plays a role is for my younger girls that like to just kind of brighten up. For my mature ladies that don't like a lot of makeup, that don't really use any powders, and don't have to worry about it oxidizing in any sort of way, don't really like a lot of full coverage glam makeup. Beautiful, extremely hydrating, I will say that, and very brightening, and I think it is beautiful. I don't know where this is gonna play a role in my makeup routines yet. So this is probably something I would throw on with literally no powder, because every powder I was using was literally oxidizing into the concealer. And that has never happened to me with my other concealers. Never. It's just like a once in a lifetime experience. I ended up having to go in with my Hourglass powder, which was the only one that kind of worked, the diffuse light, which was yellow, and it kind of it turned out fine because everything blended and went in together, but I struggled a little bit. So I'm still kind of like, I don't know where it's going to fall in my makeup routine. Do I think it is a beautiful, hydrating, brightening concealer? Absolutely. I do think I want to try the pink one though. So I'm a little kind of curious to how that one will oxidize. So I think when I can get my hands on the pink one, I'm going to get my hands on the pink one, and I'm still going to just kind of sit on this one for right now. I can't say whether I can't say I love it, and I also can't say like I dislike it. So I just don't know where it fits in my routine. But I think for young girls, and I really feel like Saie is gearing towards those young TikTokers, and it's a clean makeup line, but I think I love the bronzer, you guys know that. But I think like the dewy blush is more for girls that like very luminous, no powdered looks. And I don't know, I just feel like it's just not necessarily my cup of tea, but that's okay. Everybody has a different preference when it comes to makeup. I am more of a set down matte kind of girl. So I try to play with, I like my glow in my powdered highlights. So that's where I like my glow to shine through. I'm not really one, and I don't have the skin texture to like show off glowy, luminous skin. And it's just not in my comfort zone. Not to say it wouldn't look good, it's just not in my comfort zone. So I don't know, it's just something I'm just gonna have to kind of play with. Not to say I would never do that, because maybe down the road I'll feel differently. You know, maybe as my skin texture gets better, I might feel differently. But right now, makeup for me it's all individual. Like, you have to know that everyone's thought process and techniques and way they like it, you know, like their makeup set down is all different, and we're all different, and that's what makes us beautiful and unique. And there's no wrong answer, there's no wrong way to do it. You do it what makes you feel beautiful. And to me, makeup, I have to feel beautiful in it, because that's why I love it so much. It's therapy for me. When I'm feeling sad, or when I'm feeling down, or I'm feeling stressed, I come in my makeup room, I sit down, and I just play with my makeup. And I feel like the world just disappears, and I can just get lost in it. And I want to do that and create makeup, but I don't want makeup to frustrate me. You know, like I don't want to exasperate that, you know, stress with makeup that's frustrating me. So this slightly frustrated me with it oxidizing. Sorry, my stomach is growling and I just can't stop it. So I apologize for that if you can hear it. But anyway, that's where my thought process is. I'm going to give it, for me right now, where I stand, a 3 out of 5 stars. It's just where I'm at right now. It's not one that I would constantly reach for. If I was looking for more of a kind of a similar effect, but with a little bit more coverage, I still love, this is just I just got a mini version recently. I have my older ones I need to probably get rid of, but you guys know this was a tried and true product for me. Too Faced Born This Way Super Coverage Concealer. I feel like you get that kind of dewy effect, but in a more mattifying way almost, and more forgiving on like textured skin, but it gives you that brightening effect and moisturizing effect. This is coconut water, not coconut oil, so it's fine. I just love this product so much, and I used it the other day and I forgot how much I loved it. So for me, I would probably reach for this in a more minimal amount, or a darker, my light beige is just snow, it's a lighter color. I wanted it for more brightening, but yeah, I would probably stick to that, to be quite honest. I still love Makeup Forever. That's a really great one for, you know, those are just similar. Even the Dior one, the Backstage one, the new one. I love my Smashbox 24 Hour. Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch and One Size are just more full coverage, so I feel like I can't really compare that to this because it's totally different. Like I said, I think this would be good underneath if I got a brightening color. So I think this doesn't, for me, I'd want to go more pink toned for that. So, or I'll just play with it. Maybe I'll try it under my One Size concealer and see how that works out too. I don't know. And maybe that won't oxidize. We'll just have to continue playing with it. I don't know. Literally, I'm at a loss of words on what to say with this product, no pun intended. But anyway, yeah, we're just gonna have to keep playing with it more. I do feel like I got a bad one, to be quite honest, because it just doesn't feel like there's any product picking up, and it was really hard to like spread around. So I do understand it's more of a moussey texture, but it just didn't feel easy to glide on with that particular spoolie. So I just don't know if I might have gotten a bad one. So we'll see. We'll just keep playing with it. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm sorry, I tried to keep it nice, short, and sweet. I'm trying to keep these Friday videos a little bit shorter, but any other recommendations? I do have the Dominique Concealer coming in. Cannot wait to try that one. It has caffeine in it too, so gonna be really great for us mature skin girls. So we'll see how that compares to this as well. Any other suggestions, please leave it in the comment box. I always love hearing from you guys. If you're new here, please remember to hit that subscribe button before you go and click that post notification bell so you can get notified. We're here again every Friday and Sunday, and I'd love for you to become part of our GlamFam community. And please give this video a huge thumbs up. Please hit that like button before you go. It really does help my videos out. And comment below, say hello. I love, love, love talking to you guys. Follow me at Kristi Allure on Instagram, on TikTok, Kristi Allure, and check out my merch, glamourouslifecollections.com, and I will see you on Sunday. Love you guys. Bye.